Ranging from the ocean to the Willamette Valley is the Oregon Coast Range. Moist, cool air from the ocean creates some extreme conditions that can quickly change. A great way to see these extreme changing conditions is by visiting Mary's Peak in different seasons. The journey to Mary's Peak usually begins near the city of Corvallis. Highway 34 is a scenic highway that goes from Corvallis to the coast, with Mary's Peak on the way. It is the tallest coastal mountain in Oregon, sitting at just over 4,000 feet tall. With 3,300 feet of prominence, the mountain really sticks out when looking west from the Willamette Valley. The seasons change this mountain drastically, so for this video I visited a few times throughout the year. Winter weather is a big variable on Mary's Peak. Sometimes it is snow-covered, sometimes not. The road to the top is usually closed by a gate or by snow, but I could get to the main trailhead. The mountain is also known as Cha-Tamanwi to the Kalapuya tribe that are the true natives of this area. The name means place of spiritual power, and it has been known as a place to seek empowerment by the Kalapuya. We checked out the Hiker's Trail, which is usually an easy hike as far as mountains go. We were almost immediately slowed down by snow-covered branches. Some parts we were able to go around, and others through the downed branches. Lots of time had gone by, and we had only made it about half a mile. Eventually, we had to give up on this day. It may seem like I failed in trying to follow the Kalapuya in their adventures here to seek empowerment.
Oh, sorry.
But being able to turn around is a very important skill when going up mountains. I got this beautiful footage for a video, which might save others from a failed trip. I also got to enjoy the forest with a friend. It's worth noting that we probably could have walked up the road instead, which wouldn't have hundreds of unpassable branches. But it was going to snow a lot more that day, and a car could get stuck in that parking lot. After the snow melted, I set out to the same hiking trail up Mary's Peak. The same parking at Connor's Camp Trailhead was a very different scene this time. On this day, we were confident that we would get to see the whole 6-mile summit trail. The trail goes along the east side of the mountain, then zigzags up the northeast to the summit. Some branches were still leaning down from the harsh winter, but not enough to make the trail unpassable. A bit of snow was left as the forest was recovering from winter. After about 2 uphill miles, the trail reaches the meadows of Mary's Peak summit. Not every mountain summit has one of these, especially one with at least 10 species of grass. The meadow is under attack by a few things, including us humans who tend to destroy things. Other invasive plants and species also take over the meadow. The noble fir trees also slowly invade the prairie meadow, with their shade killing other plants. But the fir forest is nice and provides its own habitat. Some careful human intervention has helped to keep both ecosystems healthy. At the true summit of Mary's Peak is a fenced-off communications station. A few Oregon summits have radio towers like this, and a more natural mountain would look much better. But these towers provide essential communication for groups such as search and rescue. With the clouds and the fog, there wasn't much of a view on this spring day at Mary's Peak summit. Views or not, it's always a nice feeling to make it to the top of a mountain. We enjoyed a break at the summit picnic table, which gets the powerful westward ocean wind. Mary's Peak is a nice spring hike, but this season is right before the mountain gets really interesting. On the third trip to Mary's Peak, there was finally some clear weather. On this day, we went the easy route and used the parking lot close to the summit. Only a half a mile to reach the summit, so the whole family was on this trip. Compared to the last trip, everything was brighter and so much more colorful. The grass meadow had recovered from being buried by snow a few times throughout the winter. Mary's Peak is known to have a variety of wildflowers in the summer. Various colorful flowers surround the summit area that was bare just a couple months ago. Below the radio station is a natural area of interest. The southwest corner of the summit is called the Rock Garden. Though Mary's Peak gets tons of rainfall, the Rock Garden has a dry environment. It is delicate and a rare environment for a coastal mountain, so some parts are protected. Many of the plants found in the rock garden are what you would find in the high desert of eastern Oregon. Some are here because they are remnants of the Ice Age a very long time ago. Strong ocean winds blow away snow from this side of the mountain, reducing moisture. Sun directly hitting the southwest slope bakes the soil dry. The plant life has adapted to harsh winters and short growing seasons. The same foggy, windy picnic table was much more enjoyable with nicer weather and views. Views to the west can look to the ocean. North and south can see other peaks of the Coast Range. Looking east can view the Willamette Valley and many cascades even outside of Oregon. Three-Fingered Jack gets a nice view through the trees. Because it is so large and closer, the best mountain view is Mount Jefferson. While Mary's Peak is tiny compared to the Cascades, Oregon's tallest coastal mountain is worth a visit for many reasons. The different seasons at Mary's Peak provide many adventures and teach us about this land. This video only hit the surface of this botanical interest area that much more could be learned from. I hope you enjoyed this adventure and get to see Mary's Peak for yourself.